Yeah.
It's going to be boring Victor instead, which is also great. That's where I expected to see Kwangdong take this draft, especially when we saw the Azir ban there. I was like, oh, okay. You ban away the RE2, and then you feel like Victor could just pretty much be safe against anything. You have bottom side control. Instead, we have this kind of weird X Factor pick in this Taliyah mid, which...
All right, here we are.
Chat's favorite Amumu skin.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, true.
It is the full T1 jungler day.
Especially owner.
All right, well, we've got a bandage toss. It's going to interrupt our thought, and Life is in a whole bunch of trouble. Moham's the one that has to flash first, though, as the bailout almost comes in, but it isn't quite there. Aiming's flashing forward, though, and Teddy's real dead. Aiming's very close to being able to kill Moham, but it's Ellen that's the target right now, and they'll get the double. Aiming picks up 2, and this Ashe pick working out real nice.
Able to push this lane, which gives him prio. Like, that's the point of the pick, especially with something like Trundle.
Well, and something like Amumu, as Life is real dead. There is absolutely nothing that he can do about this. Fate's Call has been picked up, and that means that the Amumu will survive. And there it is. That's the value. And I think that Teddy is another one of our players that we definitely trust to play the Kalista aggressively enough to find the value.
You know, not a great AD carry player. And Teddy, he checks the box in great AD carry play. Yeah, he's got that one.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well there. It's only Def that has a positive win rate on the champion right now. We'll see whether Teddy can do something about it, as Keen is going to Naruga on away. But that is going to mean KT guarantee this Rift Herald, as they had full priority of the area, and also aren't going to lose too much bottom side either, with the fact that that minion wave was pushed in by Aiming. As Arrow going to sail by majestically. Seismic shove.
Yeah. But the fact that Ashe has 2 kills here means that Aiming has kind of moved past the hard times.
Well, okay, Weaver's Wall comes through, and Vikla, yeah, not a lot of options here. Curse of the Sad Mummy is actually the Curse of the Happy Mummy.
His flash...
As Moham's just going to easily help pick that up.
His flash was about 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds away, and they calculated it from when he last flashed over the wall, had that one written down, basically. Constant calling out the flash cooldown in comms means they know that he cannot get away.
Well, Moham might be in trouble again, as Arrow is not going to find him, but it will find Teddy because he Fate's Called to make sure that his Amumu is safe. She has been nerfed a little bit, hasn't found the same amount of success as she has in the past.
Some champions are hard to balance.
That is true.
Well,
Cuz is going to avoid that, but still going to be taking a lot of damage here. Good gravity field from Vikla, as the threaded volley is going to dissuade this monkey. Life's moving in, and Aiming's there as well. Keen's going to flash. That handshake's really good. And also he's going to have to stick around here as well because the hostile takeover comes in. And Keen saw them and just did nothing.
Yeah. Flash is on cooldown for him now. Teddy will get a plate here on the top, or rather bottom side of the map, but I think that might be answered, of course, by the pushing Ashe top side, especially when we consider where Cuz is on the map. Now, this is a pretty guaranteed setup here for Kwangdong Freaks. I don't think KT should really be testing the waters here, although they do have a Rascal flank now.
Yeah. Teddy is sitting at half health as well, so it is going to be a little bit more difficult for him, but the shield bow is still there, and yeah, Keen's Naba looking pretty red right now, alongside this red Drake that they're looking for. Keen does hit Mega Nard. Rascal's over the wall looking for his opportunity. In goes Moham, finds 3, and now they're going to ignore this Drake completely. Keen decides that the Gwen is not immune, ladies and gentlemen. Moham just, I don't know what that was about, but it looked like a whole host of fun as Ellen's real dead. He's going to run away for a little while longer, but the volley will complete that kill. That's all right. Let's see what they're going to be able to do about it. Isolating a single target, something that Kwangdong Freaks should be able to do, right? You've got seismic shoves, you've got all of these bandage toss that are flying through. As Keen has got a lot of friends. Just hops out of the way of that arrow. Ha-ha! Can't do it a second time.
Keen's playing Dark Souls right now. He's like, I know the pattern. I'm just going to roll at the right time.
Yeah, he's done this boss before.
A Rascal looking for a nice angle here on the backside.
Yeah.
Remember how quickly Fate can seal a
arrow. Going to get cleansed immediately. That's a bigger cooldown in the Summoner spell than the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, so you'll take that as KT. But without the arrow, this fight right now is going to be difficult, and without Life's flash, going to be even more difficult. He does have hostile takeover, as there's the Weaver's Wall. He wants to use it just to zone them away, but Cuz is in here. There's the Cyclone. Can he get it? No. Elam's going to lock that one down, and the fight is just a disaster for KT. Life will go down as well, and Vikla is running away with a spear in the knee. And aiming's killing a Gromp. He knows that this one, there's nothing he can do. It's beautiful. Beautiful execution of a mid-game composition, right? We saw this in our previous series. I wasn't expecting to see it here, as the Amumu is going to soak an Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and that means that the Weaver's Wall is going to be slightly nullified, but also KT are unable to get any kills back. Don't need to press my Fate's Call button. You'll be fine. And it looks like he absolutely is. Keen is going back to base. He's going to teleport to the mid lane as well. Weaver's Wall comes in here as now LM. The Drake is on the other side of the... Wait, what? It's just floating in the middle. That was very weird. And it is going to be taken away by Cuz. Immediately, Cuz's clone explodes as the hostile takeover distracts him for a little while, but it's not really going to be enough. Moham is flashing to get himself out of there. Vikla is the one that eventually goes down. They've just got the Amumu for now, but Rascal, he goes golden. Keen does the same thing, and now Fate dives into his rescue. The handshake's decent, but Life has nothing that he can do. And this is what a Callista Comp's supposed to do. It's supposed to win right here, right now, and that's what Kwangdong Freaks are going to do.
Yeah, even with Cuz's steal, it doesn't matter. They can't win the subsequent fight, and it was such a good fight for KT Roaster. Like, all things considered, they got the maximum value out of the bailout with the stopwatch, hoping for a reset. Rascal doesn't have items, but he still did a lot of damage. But they're just so far behind, and this is how you close the door on the scaling comp. 30 minutes here, right as we hit 29. Kwangdong Freaks are going to take game number 1.
Yeah, beautifully done by Kwangdong. I love seeing Talia make her way back into the mid lane as well. Fate really demonstrating some actual mastery on that champion. Huge stuff here from Kwangdong Freaks, making a statement against KT. Yeah, I think Fate was Fate the only one that has played this Talia one other time. So there's only been one other Talia mid that we've had. She was very strong at the beginning of the season and was then subsequently nerfed in some recent patches. Still serviceable, and as you can see, not a huge fan of it, personally, but we'll see how it does go here, as Kwangdong Freaks now have a heck of a lot of mobility. And Weaver's Wall for Fate did some great things in the last game. Realm Warp is capable of doing some very similar shenanigans as far as getting around the map at a moment's notice. So, all right, making our way out onto the Rift here. The Pirate Rise is the skin that Fate has elected to go with. I do like it. Yes, the answer is generally if it's very, very strong. As Cuz is walking over a ward.
This is the Azir Prio issue, but LM's here.
Yeah, exactly. And Fate's going to come on through. Vikla is going to find him as well, as Cuz is going to try and turn it, but it ain't going to work. And now the flash comes through from the Azir as well. Kwangdong Freaks taking everything just because Cuz decided to walk in and take something that wasn't his.
Fate, and now Vikla has no flash.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
Well, LM is going to chase after him. He shifts some sands a little bit late there, but Fate's not able to catch up. Doesn't proc the phase rush.
Not all of it.
Well, here's the roaming of the Rise. Rascal,
3-6.
Yeah, Rascal's going to lock him down there with the Rune Prison and then hold on to this turret for as long as Keen needs. Oh, wait, never mind. Oh, he burns down. The last tick of the Ignite going to help the turret out there.
If he had actually stayed one more, then it would have been 2 dead on the side of Kwangdong Freaks. Vikla, again, still flashless here. They're trying to bait something.
Elm and Cuz fighting one another. Phase Rush going to get Fate into this one a little bit sooner, as Cuz is just going to get queued to death. Emperor's Divide avoided! Oh no, Elm not going to be hit by that damage, as now Fate is chasing after Vikla, who still doesn't have his flash, and Teddy from over the wall has auto attack range long enough with the rocket launcher, and they'll just transition into a Drake. To get himself back into this game. He's going to do the same thing here towards the top side as Keen. Let's see whether he can escape. Stun is going to come through with the Permafrost. There's the ulti as well, and so Cuz will be able to lock down this kill. And maybe, just maybe, this will be enough to get KT back on a bit of a tempo advantage, but might be able to take this. Decides nope, as there's the final chapter, and it might be the final chapter here for Moham, who is going to go down. Super Mega Death Rocket. There's the flash out from Teddy. The Q's not enough, but the flash will get him there.
Yeah, just not a lot of respect shown there, honestly, to aiming. I mentioned it right before we went over to look at the Vikla flash, which just came back up, which saves him. Exactly. When Zeri's in the game, we don't call it late game, we call it Zeri game.
Yeah.
As the ults here both connect, and Teddy does get rocket value here, and somehow just is barely out of those Qs, but will force the flash. He's forced for that after those traits there. Subsequently is Rascal.
Yeah, Cuz up here towards the top side, gets the flash in, and that's the Heartbreaker to secure it. Man. All too easy.
Keen's got to be playing a little bit more respectfully. Ryze does have that somewhat baked into his kit, but it's double lockdown or just one.
Well, Keen is now going to be caught in the river. There is the Glacial Prison as well as the Permafrost, and Keen just nowhere he can go. Not enough needles to save him from this situation, and it is just a disaster. Cuz
he's now 1-4 in this game, and his deaths have given Cuz a new route back into the game.
Well, LM, aiming's popped his ultimate. He's going 1 versus 3 right now. Well, I guess 2 versus 3 because the Yuumi does exist. Prowling projectile come through there, and he's just skating around. Look at this. Like, they just, where's the answer?
That's a mid-turret, and the fact that we can watch this Zeri basically 1v3, essentially, with the Yuumi on her back, because she's permanently going to have that, means that this comp has gone completely wrong for Kwangdong.
No, it has. And I was trying to, you know, oh man. Anyway, the Cyclone's going to come through. Yeah, Cuz going to blow up. Vikla over the wall, though. And aiming is still very large. They did wait out the ultimate, though. They've now got his cleanse on cooldown. Emperor's Divide scoops up both of the bottom lane members, and Teddy is going to fall first. Moham is, yeah, a bit of a formality here as it's a double kill for aiming.
Well, you know,
All right, well, LM and Fate are still here as, all right, he just scoops them up. They knew the entire time as the Warrior Trickster is not tricky enough. They are going to be able to get the Ryze out of here, but aiming's through. The extendo beam, can it actually work? The answer is absolutely yes as the Ryze explodes.
Yeah, Fate has teleport, of course, but what's he going to teleport over to do? You know, his Ryze doesn't even have Everfrost. It's not going to be easy. He doesn't even have his crown up.
Yeah, and now LM, he's going to have to try and get out of here. Oh my god, the damage here from aiming. He can scoot back over the wall if he'd like to. Keen in position. He's a little bit immune. But now you've got LM trying to find the Cyclone damage, but it doesn't work out. The Emperor's Divide, just gigantic from Vikla, who's had his full revenge on this game. And aiming is now just going to chase down Keen. There's the Prowling Projectile. That's going to help grab the kill, and this game is done.
I wanted him to get him with the Extendo Beam. That's what I like. That's what my favorite ability, Bat Chest. That's what I like to see. 7-0
like that ability too, yeah.
7-0-3 is the aiming scoreline, and there's a lot going on in this game. Cuz and Vikla both had their redemptions as Rascal was the vassal for the top side of the map, the punishment of Keen. But we are going to a game 3 here. KT Rolster on blue side will bring us there. Yeah. The real unsung hero was really Cuz, because like you said, he doubled down on just trying to force the top side to work, and Keen didn't respect him. And then once the top side wasn't an issue anymore, aiming was like, well, I've been winning the whole time. It is.
And it is definitely going to work with the Lissandra. I think Swain, without being able to see whether Vikla has picked, say, a Zoe, for example, which could theoretically get around, but Yone is going to be locked in here for Vikla.
The other cool thing about Yone too, Alice, is like he can go so deep without committing with both his ultimate and his Unbound Soul.
You know, Gwen in a side lane, not going to be answered by many outside of, I guess, the Fiora if she gets into the right position. This is certainly a lot of volatility here in this lane, as that Vital was in the right spot.
Yeah.
So is the rest of Keen's team as well. As in goes Fate, and there's the Circle of Frost very comfortably. LM is able to pick up the kill. And yeah, doesn't actually pick up turret aggro afterwards because his opponent died too fast.
Yep.
And then Kwangdong Freaks have all of the control, all of the power. They set up in an area and you cannot move them because they have Center Seraphine. And it's crazy. As, all right, Control Ward comes on through there from LM. But immediately they do get out as Vikla is going to ult forward. LM going to be able to move up here towards this top side, and the Unbound Soul will deny Vikla any sort of free entry, and Cuz is then left on his own. He's just obliterated.
Well, what I will say, Atlas, is Vikla has had a lot of really good ultimates tonight.
As now the Rift Herald starts feeling like Kwangdong Freaks have the good stuff. Dash forward with the Q, but Vikla doesn't find too much more. Oh my god, they managed to catch them. Rascal is trying to be as immune as he can, but it's not quite working. Vikla ults his way forward. Fate is his target, and he will find it. But that is the only thing that they're able to find as Cousin Vikla do go down.
And that will be the Rift Herald.
Oh
and
dear.
More.
Yeah, Rascal now as well. Going to have to try and do what he can against Teddy, who flashes after him. Teddy is playing real aggressive. Melee range into the Gwen. She is definitely not immune against this particular center.
I like how he's like, not going to look at cool guys, not going to look at explosions, but hold on, let me grab that stack real quick.
As Kane's like, that was rude.
Yeah. Minions going to take it away from him, though. Yeah. I'll slap it. There we go.
Gets the lunge kill.
10.
And that is first Heartblood going over to a Fiora as well. As Fate is going to ult Vikla. That is very aggressive. And yeah, LM managed to hit the Q. And therefore, that is a very dead Yone. The bait was just amazing here from the Kwangdong Freaks. As Teddy Senna is played very aggressively in this game. Yeah. He will move his way out as LM's like, nope, not going to happen. As there is the Frozen Tomb, Dawning Shadow to make sure that Teddy gets in on the action, and they are going to secure it. Keen is just monitoring this Rift Herald, and Cuz is like, ugh.
They certainly will. Aegis is done here for Vikla, which again, I mean, this part of things is actually going to be a useful component because it'll keep him alive while he tries to engage as Rascal.
Yeah, there's another Frozen Tomb. Man, Fate has just been everywhere this game. Rascal's trying to throw out this needlework, but the Q connects. And Rascal's going to go golden for a minute, but he doesn't have flash. Can't get over that wall regardless of what happens. Kwangdong Freaks will net themselves another one. Elm and Fate have been playing together really nicely this game. He does respect it, as it's just aiming, Cuz, and life.
And they almost set up a trap there on the other side of the pillar. It was so close.
Yeah, Cuz still in the area. Vikla moves on over as well. True Shot Barrage doesn't do a whole lot here as the pillar is a lot of value. Let's see what Teddy can do here as Vikla finds the ult. Teddy flashes to get himself out of the way. Piercing Darkness is kind of working. They've traded 1 for 1 so far, but that teleport is a dangerous one. Exhaust immediately onto Keen, who lunges his way out. Fate looks for a claw, and this time he's going to have to ult himself. And as this fight continues, it's better for Kwangdong Freaks because look at how much healing. This is just revolting. The Ezreal's starting to pop off though, and Aiming is looking for Moham now, who does put the surround sound down but has to flash to get himself out of the way. The beat drop, the flash forward, and Aiming picks up the triple kill.
And right as Vikla actually completes the Sunfire Aegis, he does a lot with it. He's able to force a flash out of Teddy, push him out of the fight, does tons of damage, is sticky on everyone, so difficult to kill.
What?
Wait. Question mark? Wow. Like, can we see that again with the vision?
Look at Elm's face. He's exactly like us. He's like, I think Aiming, what was that, is what he's supposed to say.
Yeah, sorry. We'll have to call Doe to get the rights to that one. But, okay, Keen.
Yeah, here's the grand challenge. Underneath the turret, Rascal does have the Zhonya's, and he is going to use it here. But a teleport comes out from Vikla. That should spell Baron.
I just like how he casually procs Demolish on the turret on his way out as well.
Yeah.
I might not kill you, but I will take about a third of this turret's health down with one auto of my lunge and get out of here. Then just push another wave. This is the power of the Fiora that's ahead. Yeah. Constantly push and then start a Baron. And if the Baron, it looks like, okay, they're going to commit there, then you send a heal back. And you're like, all right. Moam is level 15, is getting more of those upgrades to his ultimate, and we'll start to get a few more points in his W, which will allow him to then like even heal his team. In moments where he has those empowered setups where if you're just shooting a Baron, you can always use to your own benefit there because you don't need to fight anybody if you're just walking away from a Baron. And just keep checking. It's like they have no vision. That's the True Shot Barrage is a really damaging blue trinket right now for KT.
It is. However, it's working out relatively well. And as you can see, Aiming is actually building a serrated Dirk. It might be a mythic to come through here, as now Keen is just going to dash on top of them. Let's see whether they can kill Aiming. That's the real question here, as he does get encored, but he immediately cleanses it. Now Ellen trying to do battle as Vikla will turn up as well. He's going to go down low, but they managed to get the Lee Sin first. The Yone has also gone down, but Keen is just massive in this fight, and they're keeping him alive forever. The Frozen Fault, the flash from Fate was just beautiful, but Aiming is still keeping himself alive until the very last moment, where the game just ends. Triple kill for Keen, and he took matters into his own hands.
He certainly did. He was tired of killing minions and hurting turrets. He wanted to just straight up 5v5. And in that last fight, Teddy and Moham completely untouched. never anywhere near Vikla. Vikla is dueling with this immortal front line that has Seraphine shields, heals, and speed boost, plus Senna heals coming on top of him, and an angry Fiora is getting into the back line. Guangdong Freaks take the Seraphine pick. They get ahead early, and the snowball just keeps rolling, and it gets so heavy by the end, even though Teddy's late game Ezreal is, or excuse me,
everything he needed to. That was, I think, a huge difference maker.
Oh, for sure. His ult, then his Q follow-up, and the beat drops were really nicely done. His laning was also pretty good, to be honest. Aiming.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Jisun for the POG interview translation, joined by the solo POG of Guangdong Freaks, Fate. Congratulations. Guangdong Freaks break the match score tie with KT Roaster. You have solidified your spot on the 6th place, and this is your first winning streak of the split as well. This is really ironic that we are going through a lot of hardships right now, but we are able to actually start off a winning streak. I'm impressed. Yeah, now today we only had 2 Guangdong players here at Lone Park. How was it? Yeah, I mean, last time we had 3 at least, but today was only 2, so Teddy was even talking to me like, if you get COVID, you know, I'll be the only one walking to the stage, so it was a little bit sad, you know. So, I mean, I said that to Teddy because I was the only one that got COVID in the spring split. So I hope we no longer get COVID throughout the summer split. And speaking of, you know, health conditions and preparing, you know, it was not that easy for Guangdong, right? Yeah, we only prepared or practiced yesterday. And also when we are, you know, talking to each other, we always do video call and ask for others' opinions. I think it's kind of time efficient, to be honest, so I think it's part of it is good, but still it's really sad. Let's get back to game number 1. I'm really curious about the Talia mid pick. So you are the only mid laner of the summer split that played Talia mid. What's so good about it? Talia is really good with, you know, the dive comp. You know, her DPS is also pretty decent. So as long as she can get through lane, you know, she's a really good pick. Because she's really strong in skirmishes early on too. So last time you played Ornn mid, today you played Talia. So I guess you really prefer kind of playmaking, global kind of picks, right? Do you agree? I'm not really sure, but I kind of prefer picks with priority in lane. I hope to see a mid lane prior pick later for Fate in the future Guangdong match. And game number 3 was so important as you guys dropped game 2. What did you guys focus on throughout the champ select for game 3? So we had a lot of communication throughout the champ select. Usually we kind of decide what we're gonna do with the first phase of the ban, you know, what we're gonna pick after, you know, right after the previous game ends. But this time around we wanted to kind of improvise by having communications throughout the pick and ban. And then KT Roaster answered to your Lissandra with Yone. Did you see that coming? Well, Vikla usually plays Victor or other champions like that, so I was expecting Victor in fact. So Yone was definitely not something I expected or predicted. And how did you kind of plan out the matchup against Yone? I thought our early game skirmish was way better than them, so we wanted to make as many fights as possible. And we had Seraphine let through. And this was first pick Seraphine, or blind pick Seraphine from Guangdong Freaks. Tell me about the comp you took today. So it's not about synergy, it's more about, you know, just OP picks in general. Are you saying that your comp didn't really have synergy today? I don't really think so. They're not good friends, to be honest. And I can't really tell that Kwangdong Freaks always try a lot of experiments and try new pick. Who's in charge of that? I mean, our head coach is also very open-minded, and also our coaches as well. Alvingo, you know, he's always suggesting a lot of new stuff. So sometimes we also get sold on that, and also we try that in scrims, and if we have some good results, you know, we give it a go on stage as well. And in game 3, there was a moment where you were able to flash away from the Ezreal ult, and you said, wait, he actually really had that ult? Does that mean you didn't believe your teammates when they said he has ult? So I was like clearing the wave, and I thought something's gonna happen, and then I was asking my teammates, does Ezreal has his ult? And then like my teammates were like, yeah, he does, but I was like, but there's no way it's actually gonna ult mid. And then he exactly ulted where I was standing, so I was so shocked. So that's why I said so. So even though not all Kwangdong Freaks players were on stage, still we had a really good synergy with you and LM. Are you satisfied with the LM from the team house? Not really, because he was really sick, so I hope he gets a really fast recovery. And also, I think today we were able to just make a lot of good plays around mid and jungle. Yeah, I mean, that makes me really worry about the players' condition right now with all the COVID situation. So, do you have any words for the players playing from the team house? I was by myself when I was sick and got COVID, but we have 4 now. So I think it's gonna be better than last time. You know, they're getting more teamwork. It's getting better. So I hope you guys can have a good time together, locked up in the team house. I mean, they're gonna get better soon anyway. So I mean, I've been there, so I can kind of guarantee they're gonna get better soon. Your next match will be the final match of the first round robin. It's gonna be up against Damwon Kia. I think Damwon Kia was always a very strong team, and now we are on a 2-match winning streak, but still I hope we can kind of extend that to a longer and bigger winning streak. But still, I believe we have to prepare as hard as we can in order to take Damwon Kia down. And also, I hope my teammates are feeling better on that match. And that's gonna be it from Faith, and back to the casters. Thank you.